Hello guys, today's video gonna be Super 2 chassis basic foundation number 4. So on the number 3 we talk about how to set up the bump plates on the front. Like this one we have, this is the last setting we have on the last video. Okay, so after we finish the bump plates, the next problem we have there's no angle at the front because we're supposed to have a little bit angle on the front. In this case, can keep your car when it's on the turning, on the lane change, and the jump can stay on the track. Because without any angle on the front, it's very easy to fly off, especially on the corner or the jumps on the slopes. Okay, so as you can see, this setting right here, we did a bump plate setting, so there's no any angle on the front, so it is a 180 degree, so totally 100% flat. Okay, I'm pretty sure a lot of people notice on the regular chassis without cutting the front bumper, especially when you put the roller stay on the top of that, you will see there's about 3-degree angle on the front. That's because every car need an angle. So if it's a 180 degree, I mean 0 degree, and for sure your car gonna fly off. So it's very important to have an angle on the front. And the next thing is coming to our mind, it is how many angle we supposed to have. And for the basic setting, basically for the speed tech or either the tech, which is we have a jump and a slope, recommend 5-degree. Okay, if you want to do 3-degree, it is fine, but if you have too many jump and you have lane change and there's not too many like a high speed section, most of the section is a jump, and it's highly recommend using 5-degree, especially if you have a lane change. And it's better to have a 5-degree on the front, because lane change, if you do 3-degree and using a small size roller, will be fast, but the problem is not gonna be stable on the lane change or either on the jump. Okay, more angle you have, it is bring more central gravity. There's one thing I have to remind you everybody, that it is make sure when you set up an angle, do not set up too much, because too much angle you have is going to be very slow on the corner. Okay, and so it's very important to determine like how many angle you need. So highly recommend for the people is new in this game, 3 to 5 degree, that's good enough. And if you want to do more than 5 degree, just be careful, because more than 5 degree, it's going to be bring down a lot of speed. Okay, so it's really important to determine what type of track layout you have. Proper amount of angle you have, it's gonna be also gonna improve the speed, also gonna give you more stable on the corner, more stable on the slope, more stable on the lane change. The only thing I can tell you, just keep playing with it, get some experience. So later on you will learn from the experience you have right now to determine how many angle you need on the regular setting. Okay, so okay, let's move to the next. And right now we're gonna see how we're gonna do the angle in the front. So I give you 3 options. Okay, the first option, it is very traditional way. It is no longer allowed in Japan Cup 2015, but it really depends your events holder. So like us, we live in United States, and we don't really using the 2015 Japan Cup regulation. We still using the old 2012 Japan Cup regulation, so which is fun with us. So it really depends on the events holder. So so let me do first option. First option, we're using the package paper, which is right here. Okay, first thing you have to do, get some kind of like a ruler, or either if you don't have it, using a carbon fiber popsicle, and using a knife to remove one small piece of paper like this. Okay, looks like this. So next thing, it depends how many angle you want, and normally I fold the paper to half. Okay, so what are we gonna do next? It is in the middle of the paper, so you're gonna cut another line, but don't cut all the way, you're just gonna mark it. Okay, so in this case you can fold the paper and to become 2 halves, looks like this right here. Okay, so next we're gonna try to set up the angle on the front popsicle. Okay, so first thing, we're gonna remove the roller stay on top of the bump plates, and the next we're gonna take a look at the paper and try to put right here to make sure the size is right. So right now you can see and this paper is still too big, it doesn't fit right here. So the next step it is just remove the extra parts, which is we don't need it. Okay, so we're still gonna using knife. Okay, because I think the knife is the easiest way to remove the extra pieces. So again, using knife. Okay, I think that should be good enough. So next thing it is we're gonna put on the top of bumper setting. So make sure this paper have to be on the back of the screw. So this is the front, so this is the back. So make sure the paper's on the back, because what is this paper gonna do? It is this paper gonna lift the back of the roller stick, which is this piece right here. So lift it up. Then in this case, the front you're gonna have a little bit angle. Okay, so let me put on it, and then you can see the detail. So right now you can see I have a little bit angle on the front. So again, this is like what I say. It is this paper right here on the back gonna lift the back, and of course the front gonna be tailed down a little bit. So next thing, we put a 2M2 lock nut on the front, like this one right here. So let's go ahead and lock it, and let's see the result. So okay, so you can see right now I have a little bit of angle on the front. Okay, this is the option number 1. And again, if you want more angle on the front, you can fold like a 3 layer, 4 layer. It's really up to you. So normally I do 2 or 3 layer. Okay, like this one I only do 2 layer. So if you need more angle, you can keep adding the paper. So it's really convenience. But again, this setting no longer allowed in Japan Cup. So it's really up to your events holder if they still allow the paper, which is put on the setting. Okay, so this is option number 1. And the next, let's move into the option number 2. Okay, for the option number 2, we're gonna using this roller angle adjust plate set. Okay, so you can see there's a 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree. There's a 3 pieces adjust right here. Okay, so don't worry about the one on top. This is just for roller. So we're gonna concentrate on these 3 pieces. Okay, so the only one was used for it is 3 degree, because rest of them 1 degree and a 2 degree it is not really useful, because it is too small to adjust the bumper setting. So the only one is gonna be works is this one right here, the 3 degree. Okay, so for the 3 degree, we're just gonna go ahead and open the package. So, okay, right here on the manual it tell you the number E9, it is the 3 degree, which is this piece right here. So let me go ahead, take off this piece real quick. Okay, so this the piece looks like. Okay, so you can see from the side view, here is a little bit thinner, here a little bit thicker. So its angle is going like this way. Okay, obviously when you try to put on it, it doesn't really fit, because there's no extra mounting the hole on the middle. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna make one. Okay, next we're gonna using this 2mm hand drill to make 2 hole, which is can make this thing fit to this 2 mounting point. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna lines up and make sure we're gonna mark right here and here. Okay, let me give you a close view. So what I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna using this hand drill to mark right here, to drill a little bit like this. Okay, here's one, and I'm gonna go ahead, drill, make a mark right here. Okay, so right now we have 2 mark, which is one here and one here. Okay, next we're gonna put on table and using a hand drill to finish the drilling. So okay, so you can see, just make 2 holes. And the next thing we're gonna try to put on it. Okay, so before you put on it, we're gonna try to see if there's any extra pieces we have to remove. So as you can see, these 2 little angle right here is gonna be block the chassis. So what are we gonna do next? Using a plastic cutter to remove a little bit right here. So anything get a blocks, you have to remove it. Okay, so how you have to make it to get it away. So in this case, this thing can put on top of the pumpless. Okay, so we're gonna remove it. It looks like this. And next we're gonna put on it like this. You can go ahead and remove these two sides because that's the part that we don't really need it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead remove it. Okay, so it looks like this, and gonna go ahead set on it. So next we're gonna using M2 lock nut to lock it. Okay, so we just finished. So you can see right now I have about 3-degree angle on the front. Okay, so if you want a more degree on the front, you have another option. It is stack them, which means this is 2 degree, this is 1 degree. So you can make another one and put a 2 piece together, because remember 2 plus 3 it is equal to 5. Okay, so this is how this calculation works. So you're gonna stack this one, which is the number 8, this is 2 degree, and with the other pieces which is made, that's a 3 degree. So you're gonna put them together to make a 2 layer, so it's gonna be a 5 degree. So if you want a 4 degree, you can using this one right here, the 1 degree plus the 3 degree, it's gonna be 4 degree. So you're gonna repeating same procedure, just like cut it and make the hole same way. So after you finish, just stack them together. So you can have more angle. So this is the only way you can do. Okay, so the option number 3 we're gonna have, we're gonna using the special tool. It is the angle maker. I did a video before and introduced this little tool. Okay, so as you can see on this little tool, they have a different number. So number is bigger, which means the angle is smaller. So we have 5 degree, 7 degree, 9 degree, and 11 degree, which is right here. Okay, so basically this thing is gonna works like this. You're gonna put a piece of sandpaper. I highly recommend using the number 100 sandpaper. Okay, and then you're gonna put a 2 small screw on the back like this. Okay, then you're gonna put a 2 popsicle. One is gonna for the base, and this one right here, on the one on top, is gonna be the one you're actually gonna trim. Okay, so you're gonna set up like this, using this one to starting granite. Okay, so after you finish, you're gonna have a little pieces like this. Okay, so you will see, let me give you a side view of this. So you're gonna see after trim it, you will see this little here is gonna be a little bit thinner, this side is gonna be a little bit thicker, so it's give you angle. Okay, so this is about a 5 degree. Okay, so highly recommend the easiest way using the FRP one, because the carbon fiber one, which we have, this one right here, it is really hard to grind on it, because carbon fiber actually is twice stronger than the FRP. So when you trim it, it's gonna be really hard. So for saving the time, it's really prefer you to using the FRP, because FRP, if you try to trim it with sandpaper, it's gonna be a little bit easier because it's more soft. Okay, so for setting with that, it is actually pretty simple. When you have this piece trimmed like this, okay, all you have to do just cutting this side and this side. We're gonna using the middle part. Okay, so this is the middle part which we have. So it's gonna be looks like this. See that? Okay. So next, we're just gonna make sure that we put in the right position. So this is the thinner side, this is the thicker side. So it's gonna be like this. So it's giving an angle. Next, you're gonna put one piece on the top, the roller stay. Okay. And the next, these little pieces. This is actually from the side of this little thing right here. This is we call it the counter piece. So the counter piece, it is when you have angle like this way, okay, like this one right here, you have to put another counter piece on top to make it like a level. So this is the counter piece gonna be looks like. Okay, so you notice if you want to using this piece as counter piece, so this piece, the thicker side gonna be right here, this is the thinner side. So this piece gonna be applied right here like this. Okay, so in this case, when you have a counter piece on top of that, and when you put a screw on the top of that, it's gonna be works a little bit better, because it's gonna be giving a top and a bottom really like level. Okay, it's really up to you want to put a counter piece, but it's always preferred to have a counter piece on top, because it makes it a little bit nicer. Okay, so this is how it is gonna look like. Next, just using M2 lock nut to lock the top. So here's the angle plate looks like. Okay, so as you can see, when you have angle, go like this one on the bottom. So on the top, you have to go opposite like this way. So in this case, when you're putting the two lock nut on top of that, it can be really level. Looks like this. Okay, so okay, here's the three options we have. And for the option number 3, again, I have a video on my YouTube channel. Just search on my channel. The keyword is angle maker. So you'll find the introduction about this item right here. This is more professional. Okay, it's highly recommend. But if you don't have this tool right here, you can second recommend it is this one right here. This is the angle adjust plate, which is this one right here. Okay, so here's 3 options we have: the paper, okay, the angle plate, which is come from Tamiya package, and also this tool right here. This is angle maker. Okay, so all these 3 is the option for the front bumper, the angle. So it's really up to what you have on your hand. If you don't have anything, so this is probably the most official and the legal setting on the Tamiya regulation 2015. Okay, thank you for watching my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave a comment.